The illusion of partnership has dissolved. What remains is a distinct operating script. You are no longer perceived as a co-parent nor a partner in raising children. That matrix has been reconfigured. From a purely analytical standpoint, your former spouse now operates under the financial predator script. She doesn't see a shared future or collaborative effort. She sees you, the male entity, as a legally bound resource pool. Your function has been redefined: maximum extraction. Your previous role was provider. Your current function is an automated income stream codified by legal precedent. This is not a reflection of your worth as a father or a man. This is a cold, calculated transaction. The biological imperative for resource acquisition combined with the legal framework dictates this new dynamic. The welfare of the children becomes the narrative, the public justification. The underlying reality is a continuous resource drain from your operational budget sanctioned by the courts. Your emotional entanglement, your residual desire for the old partnership blinds you to this. It prevents you from seeing the game as it is now being played. She has adapted. She has identified the points of leverage: your income, your assets, your future earning potential. These are the targets. This is about control over resources. Until you acknowledge this operating script, until you accept your re-evaluated function, your emotional sovereignty will be compromised by every request, every demand cloaked in the language of necessity for the children. You are observing a pattern, a predictable shift in behavior. What you perceive as vindictiveness or emotional cruelty is, at its core, a response to a primal directive. Her biological mandate, the fundamental programming, is resource aggregation. This is not about your feelings, nor is it about her personal animosity. It is about the optimization of provisioning for offspring. Consider the evolutionary blueprint. The female imperative is to secure optimal resources to ensure the survival and prosperity of her children. Within a paired bond, you represented a comprehensive package: a mate, a protector, a provider. Your value was multifaceted, but in a post-separation environment, that equation fundamentally changes. Your value as a mate has diminished, often to zero. Yet your value as a financial mechanism for offspring provisioning becomes paramount. The script dictates that your income, your accumulated wealth, your future earning potential, these are not solely yours. They are reclassified. Through the lens of her biological imperative and amplified by the modern legal framework, your resources transition into a communal asset. An asset, crucially, over which she now seeks primary control. The legal architecture provides the leverage, transforming abstract biological needs into enforceable financial obligations. This redefinition is precise. Your former status as an emotional partner, a romantic interest, is superseded by your economic utility. The legal system acts as an amplifier, a codification of this ancient strategy. It transmutes your earned capital into a guaranteed stream, channeled through her. This is not personal resentment. This is not malicious intent designed to wound you. This is the cold, calculated application of an evolutionary strategy, leveraging the existing societal and legal structures to fulfill a biological imperative, securing maximum resources for the next generation. Your role has been redefined to that of a primary resource provider, a system to be managed and leveraged. Understand this dynamic and you begin to see the underlying code. You begin to understand the game. You exist within a system designed to extract. When the biological imperative of family structure dissolves, the economic structure shifts, often violently. You are not simply paying child support, you are experiencing a systemic, engineered resource drain. The methods are precise. They begin with the redefinition of child needs. What was once a balanced allocation of resources becomes an escalating series of demands. You will encounter requests for extras, activities, clothing, devices presented as non-negotiable necessities for the child's well-being or social integration. These are not spontaneous occurrences. Each request is a probe, testing the boundaries of your financial and emotional resistance. The primary leverage point remains your parental guilt. Your innate biological drive to provide, to protect your offspring, is systematically exploited. You are presented with scenarios of perceived deprivation. The other children have it. They will feel left out. You don't want your child to suffer, do you? This psychological pressure bypasses rational cost-benefit analysis. It's an emotional override designed to short-circuit your logical processing. These emotional appeals are not genuine calls for dialogue. They are tactics to bypass rational negotiation. They are designed to trigger an immediate, unthinking compliance. The legal framework, often established without stringent mechanisms for financial accountability from the custodial parent, becomes an accomplice. It permits a one-way flow of capital. Your funds move out, with little transparency on how they are actually deployed. Your emotional attachment to your children, that primal biological bond, is the primary conduit for this capital transfer. It is the vulnerability in your defense matrix. The script dictates that any resistance to these demands is framed as a failure of fatherhood, a betrayal of your child. This is a deliberate manipulation of your male programming, which prioritizes the welfare of your progeny above your own immediate financial security or even your emotional sovereignty. Understand this: you are not dealing with spontaneous requests. You are confronting a calculated strategy. The objective is clear: to maintain your function as an ATM, while simultaneously diminishing your control and eroding your sexual market value through continuous financial depletion. This is not about love. It is about leverage. It is about the architecture of your resource drain, meticulously constructed around your deepest biological imperatives. You are currently experiencing a deliberate financial resource drain. This is not a misunderstanding. It is a tactical deployment of your capital against your interests. Your counter-strategy demands cold, calculated discipline. The first pillar of your defense is absolute financial transparency on your side. Every unit of currency expended, every transaction, every receipt, meticulously tracked, categorized, and digitally archived. This is your personal ledger, your unassailable dataset. You are building the evidence, detailing the patterns of outflow, preparing your defense against future predation. This is not about suspicion. It is about data collection. Simultaneously, you will demand the same level of granular transparency from her. Her access to your financial resources must be metered, not open-ended. Through legal channels, you will mandate that every child-related expenditure be itemized, justified, and agreed upon by you in advance. No more vague demands, no more ambiguous charges. Every dollar must have a documented purpose, a confirmed necessity. This is how you dismantle the ATM mechanism she has constructed. This is how you reestablish control over your contribution to the biological imperative of your offspring. Parallel to this financial fortification, you will implement parallel parenting. This is not a suggestion. It is a protocol for preserving your emotional sovereignty. Minimize direct verbal interaction. All communication regarding the children's logistics, health, and education will be conducted through documented channels, email, co-parenting applications, not spontaneous calls or text messages. This removes her primary weapon, her ability to weaponize your emotional responses, to trigger guilt, or to manipulate your paternal instincts. Your focus shifts from emotional negotiation to logistical execution. Your objective is not to win emotional points. It is not to seek validation or understanding. Your objective is the establishment of impenetrable financial boundaries. It is to sever the parasitic connections that drain your resources and compromise your future. You are not a dam reacting to a rising flood. You are the engineer controlling the sluice gates. You will control the flow. You will not react to the flood. This is a strategic repositioning of your assets, both material and emotional. Your former partner views you as a resource. It is time to make that resource conditional, accountable, and finite. The time for emotional negotiation is over. You are no longer dealing with a partner. You are managing a resource pipeline. The script has been exposed. Her objective is resource extraction. Your vulnerability has fueled this drain. You have been a passive ATM, offering unlimited withdrawals. That era concludes now. Your objective is to re-engineer this system. You will not plead for fairness. You will not appeal to old sentiments. This is a cold calculation of control. The game demands leverage, precision, and an unwavering discipline you may have forgotten. This is not about winning back affection. It is about reclaiming your financial destiny. Your emotional sovereignty depends on this re-engineering. Self-pity is a slow-acting poison. Control is your antidote.